Now let me tell you a story of a young girl full of hope who was brought in as a house help. She was promised good education, love, but what followed was hard labor and lessons for us all. This is not just her story, it is a warning for every household that has ever maltreated a house help. In the town of Oba, there lived Mr. and Mrs. Okeke. They had farmland and a big house and 2 children, Chinedu, who was 10, and Ngozi, who was 12. They brought in a young girl, Nenna, from a nearby village. She was just 12 years old. Her poor parents released her with joy because Mr. and Mrs. Okeke had promised they would send her to school. We will treat her like our own daughter, they said, but deep down, they never planned to do so. Nenna arrived with hope in her eyes. She dreamed of wearing a school uniform, carrying books, and learning to read. But those dreams died quickly. Every dawn before the cock crowed, Nenna was awake. She swept the compound, fetched water, washed clothes, cooked food, and arranged the farm harvest. From sunrise to midnight, she worked. Though she suffered greatly and sometimes thought of running away, Nenna never left. Her parents had entrusted her to the Okekes with promises of schooling, and she clung onto that hope. Besides, she had no money, no relatives nearby, and the fear of punishment tied her to the household. So she suffered in silence. She endured. Often, she was given only one small meal a day. They told her she should be grateful that she has been rescued from a pit and brought to a palace. Their words were meant to justify cruelty, but they could not extinguish her spirit. Meanwhile, Chinedu and Ngozi continued to enjoy their childhood, or so they thought. They played, they quarreled, they laughed, but never did they lift a finger to wash a plate or sweep a room. Every chore was for Nenna. One day, while washing, she dropped a ceramic plate and it broke. The sound echoed like thunder. Mr. and Mrs. Okeke rushed in, showing no mercy. They beat her till her little body shook, leaving marks and wounds that would take weeks to heal. Another day, she added too much salt to the soup. Again, she was thoroughly beaten. Even at night, when others slept, Nenna was awake, scrubbing the floors, washing pots, ironing clothes till midnight. When dawn came, she was dragged out of bed to start over again. The promise of school was long forgotten. Year after year, she remained a full-time house help, while their children went to school and continued in their idleness. But as the saying goes, you can cage a bird, but you cannot stop it from dreaming of the sky. No matter the suffering, a child's destiny will always fight to shine. Years passed. At 18, Nenna had grown into a young woman, hardened by suffering, but strong in spirit. Very strong. One day, she was sent to the market to sell farm produce for the Okekes. There, she met Emeka, a young trader from Enugu. While others saw only a house help, Emeka noticed her dignity, her patience and strength hidden behind her tired eyes. He saw not a servant, but a woman of worth. Emeka asked for Nenna's hand in marriage eventually, but the Okekes refused. Now, as we already know, Nenna did all the household chores, and without her, their children could not do anything. As rumors spread throughout the town about their refusal, the Okekes reluctantly agreed, not wanting to lose face in the community. At last, Nenna stepped into the life she had always deserved. Emeka loved her, married her, and gave her what she had been denied: respect. In her new home, Nenna's hard work shone. Emeka trusted her, valued her. One day, he said, "My darling, you should get an education." Though older than her classmates, she studied with zeal. By lantern light, she read. She asked questions. She refused to give up. And in time, she graduated. The same girl who was denied education became a proud graduate. Nice. You may ask, what of the Okekes? Well, their children, Chinedu and Ngozi, grew up with no sense of responsibility. They could not cook, they could not clean, they could not manage their lives. They stumbled in school, failed in managing their parents' farming business. Eventually, each got married, and as you might imagine, their marriages failed. They brought sorrow to their parents. Mr. and Mrs. Okeke, once so proud, grew old and bitter. In their weakness, they looked around and found no comfort. Their own children could not even care for them. As the proverb says, as you sow, so shall you reap. The treatment you give others will always return back to you in the end. The child they despised rose higher than they could ever imagine. The children they pampered became their downfall. Never ever abuse a house help. I keep saying this. Never ever abuse a house help. Treat them with kindness. Give them opportunity and you will harvest peace. Yes, you harvest peace. But if you cannot care for a child, a house help properly, if you feel you don't like their behavior, it is far better to send them back to their parents than to maltreat them. Cruelty always sows suffering and regret. If you don't know, know it now. Anyone maltreating a house help should know this. The world does not sleep. Life will always return your seed, pressed down and shaken together. What goes around comes around. Life always pays people back for how they treat others.